shit and you know it. I'm the shit and you know it. My bitch you cannot afford. I'm the shit and you know it.
Yeah, playing and shooting is two different things,
Right.
and playing and learning is two different things too.
Right.
And I heard my man did real good in the classroom.
Oh yeah.
So how was it, you know, because a lot of times you hear about all these athletes, they do well on the court, but then they struggle in the classroom and, you know, off court, and that makes it difficult. How was it a great feeling to know that he was able to do well academically as well as on the court?
If you ask any coach want to just focus on basketball. We don't want to focus on grades and guys being ineligible and all that type of stuff. So that definitely was a plus.
Well, just as far as school, I never really got in too much trouble, but as far as athletics, I had gotten in trouble like one time when I was I think it was after my 10th grade year. I was at Langston and we was in Coppell. We played against Coppell. And when we played against Coppell, I think we had lost. And I used to have the coach that my high school coach, my 9th grade coach. He used to vouch for me to get in the game when I was in 10th grade. Mm-hmm. But the varsity coach wasn't really feeling it. He used to say I was too short or whatnot. So when I had gotten the game, I ended up kind of getting like a turnover. I got like I hit a 3. I missed a 3, made a 3, and got 2 turnovers. And he took me right back out. The next day, kind of got into it with the coach, cussed him out. He cussed me back out. I remember I had a prior incident with one of our teammates. You know what I mean? Me and one of my teammates got into it in the locker room. He threw like a tray at me. Now, I threw a tray at him. He kind of hit me in my chest, dug in my chest, you know what I mean? But after that, he knew that I stand on my own two feet. So to fast forward back to the coaching situation, I had called my kinfolk on that dude that teammate I got into it with. And he came and charged up the teammate, whatever, so forth. My coach was like, what you gonna do? Nigga, call your kinfolk, whoop the whoop. So we got into it just like a big old mess. And when I tried to come back to school the next day, they were like, man, you ain't allowed in the gym no more. So I got kicked out of school, got kicked out the team. Transferred 11th grade, and I came up here, Dallas Link, you know what I mean, Southside Finally, you know what I mean. Had to come up here because I got, like I said, I got kicked out like some messing with the basketball coach. So I went up here my last 2 years, 11 and 12. You know what I mean? Leonard Bishop was the coach, you know what I mean? Came up here with Coach Doug. And that's just what it is, man. It was a whole different experience out here in South Dallas, you know what I mean? It was a whole different culture, you know what I mean, than the Lynx, you know what I mean? The kids out here really had to go get it. They really had to work for theirs, you know what I mean? And that kind of humbled me down, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Just a different aspect, you know what I mean, coming from Lynx. Another thing, I had a kinfolk that was really about that shit. He used to be off Keys and Pope, and they had one called Making Move. Like, in Dallas, it wasn't really like Bloods and Crips. I mean, it ended up being like that because people had a color scheme, you know what I mean? Because, like, my kinfolk was like, he was on Keys and Pope. They weren't really, I mean, you could say they were blood related, but they were more so Keys and Pope niggas, you know what I mean? So he was the one nigga that used to always be like, if you in any trouble to run in the streets, I got it, my nigga. You don't do none of this shit, nigga. Your mama and your daddy, they in the, you know what I mean? They good people. You a good kid. You don't do none of that shit. I handle all that shit. If you get jumped again, nigga, let me handle it. You know what I mean? I remember when I was finna get ready, when I transferred out of Lancaster, I was either finna go to Carter, Kimball, or finna go Lincoln. Kimball and Lincoln was because of my my 9th grade coach. He was either gonna go to Kimball, he was gonna go to Lincoln. We ended up going to Lincoln. The reason I didn't go to Carter because it was just too hood for me, according to my my kinfolk. He called me. He was like, nigga, don't come to Carter, nigga. We finna set this bitch on fire, nigga. And he hung up. He called back. Right before he hung up, he called right, nah, kinfolk, don't even come, fool. It's to, you know, we blood affiliate. We gang banging up here, fool. Yeah. So you come to her, your mom and them gonna be talking about, I got you in the games, bro. You gonna, nah, don't even do it, bro. Just gonna stay where you gonna go hoop. So I always kind of had people that, I don't want to say just looked out for me, but they
wanted better for you.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that too, but just like, they were kind of, I ain't have no big brother, you know what I mean? So they kind of like was big brothers to me, you know what I mean? They kept me out of the streets or just kept me on the right path. Nah, nigga, I do the streets, you do the school, you do the music, you do the sports. I got the streets, you know what I mean? I had kind of like 2 people that was like that, and he was just like the main person that used to stick me, maybe not getting the games. Cincinnati Cats came, it came about because of my brother, R.I.P. He kind of died, can't remember, I think I was probably about like, maybe 13. I can't remember the exact age, but I think him and my sister both was like going on They was either going on 5 or they was going on 8. You know, he had leukemia. I remember I used to always see like different musicians and stuff, like probably like the Plies. He probably used to have like the Philly hat on, the Pittsburgh hat. Or we have Boosie, he have on the Boston Bruins hat or Boston Red Sox. I'm like, okay, that's for Boosie, that's for Plies. But sometimes them niggas will probably have on like Milwaukee hat. I'm like, damn, why the hell these niggas got on Milwaukee hats and shit? They ain't from Milwaukee. Yeah. When they had the B's on, and for Boosie, I like that B for Boosie, Pittsburgh for Plies. You know what I mean? So I didn't have no. I know what I mean. If I ain't had no Maverick hat on, Stars hat, I would wear a Cincinnati hat because my brother's name was Chris. So I used to just be like, that's the way I just want to kind of like show my brother some love, some respect. You know what I mean? Like if I was to be on the cover or something and I have on a Cincinnati hat, niggas I always see the seat and that'll be for Chris. Yeah. If we had a poster or something that we were signing on or whatever, I have a Cincinnati hat on, that'll be for Chris. You know what I mean? It was just a way for me to show love and support to my brother because I know he always watching down on me. So that was just another way to kind of like show the world him. Like nice to kind of prepare me for any schooling. So academic wise, it was cool. Yeah. We were about on the same level. But as far as athletics, I had to sit out a year because I didn't get signed that because I left wrong with the, I guess you could say I left wrong with the program by cussing out the coaches that they didn't sign off. So what happened was I ended up having to sit out a whole year.
When we first got to Lincoln, I told Coach Bishop, I said, Coach Bishop, I'm bringing a kid over with me. His name is Ronnie Atkins. You know, how big is he, Coach? I said, Coach, I said, he got to be about like 5'2", 5'3". Coach Bishop was like, wow. I said, but Coach, believe me, trust me, he can play. He can help us. And, yeah. So he came over and Coach Bishop saw him play. I mean, it took him a minute because, you know, just in practice, you can't really tell nothing. You know, everybody play hard when they know each other. Right. But the only time you can kind of evaluate a person when you're playing against their opponent. So we got a chance to see him play. He was like, yeah, this kid really can play.
I had to fall back and play JV, and that's where it was a real clash with me being from Lancaster, suburb, going to Lincoln. Because all them kind of grew up with each other. They played Pearl C together, you know what I mean, Charles Rice together. And you got this nigga over here coming from Lincoln. Coming from Lancaster. They were kind of like, man, he ain't really showed and proved us nothing. Like, y'all telling us here, 11th grader, why the hell he on JV? You know what I mean? They ain't really just know the story to why I had to play JV and I was in 11th. They looking like, man, if he in 11th on JV, he really must not be that good. So I really had, me and the team used to kind of like clash. I remember we used to have a nice little point guard named Tramell, another backup point guard named Allen Mason. We used to kind of like clash to where it was like, nigga, give me the ball. Nah, nigga, I got it. You know what I mean? To where we didn't really trust each other as teammates. Like I say, that's why I go back to I was kind of more like Kobe Bryant. I didn't really trust my teammates, and it was kind of like I didn't really grow. I always went to different schools. I went to Hutchins, then I went to Lancaster, then I went to Lincoln. I kind of like they never had the same friend core with me all the way through basketball. So it was more just about my athletic skill against yours.
Hey, I'm the shit and you know it. I'm the shit and you know it. My bitch you cannot afford it.